There was a water park as well, but we didn't do that, and we were the only two that was soaking wet, honestly. My jeans were soaking wet. I literally looked like I'd wet myself. I was so, I was so pleased. One of my friends who I told about, she said, "I can't believe you took jeans to Dubai." I was like, I know, I'm so stupid. Hi guys, welcome to another week. I've just been on, I'm just in the car. I really don't want to get out because it's raining really heavily, so I'm just kind of sat here until it passes. I have just been for some feed buckets and lots of feed. Just to stock up the feed room. But I've just got back off holiday, so I was away for a week. Me and the husband went to Dubai. So we got married on the 21st of September 2019, and we didn't actually have a honeymoon. So this was our honeymoon. So we haven't had a holiday for 3 years. This was our first holiday. So we just treated ourselves kind of thing. But here's a couple of pictures. The hotel was amazing. Dave travels a lot with work, and he has a loyalty points scheme with a certain airline. So he is actually platinum for life. So we do actually do a lot on points that he builds up over time. So we did travel business class with the airline, but you know, perks of having to travel all the time. I actually had to drop him. So we got back yesterday, which was Tuesday, and this morning, so it's now Wednesday, I had to take him straight back to the airport again, and he's away until Friday. Perks of the job. He spent so much time, bless him, in the air and living in hotels. So I think people deserve a little bit of the niceties in life when you work as hard as what he does. And I appreciate it too. But the hotel was gorgeous. Again, Dave is platinum. I think he's part of the elite group with this certain hotel chain. So they actually upgraded us because it was our wedding anniversary, which was really nice. So we got we got a corner suite, which was really, really nice. It was so lovely. It really was. We got free bottled water and things like that, which was really cool. So we were on, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was the new palm tree island that Dubai have created. So it was Palm Jumeirah, and it was lovely. It really was. We had a private beach, and that was so lush. Like, look at the water. You can even see my body in this one. And one of the main reasons for actually choosing Dubai was I'm a complete theme park buff. Dave isn't, but I am. I've always loved theme parks. I've always loved roller coasters, and a roller coaster on my bucket list was a coaster called Formula Rossa. So it's the fastest roller coaster in the world. So it goes from 149.1 miles an hour, I think. From 0 to 149.1 miles per hour in 4 or 5 seconds, I think. I can't fully remember. But it was awesome. It was a weird ride. The launch was amazing, but that was it. So the rest of it was a bit naff. They put brakes at the top of the lift, top of the first hill, so it just kind of slows down and becomes like more of a normal roller coaster. But I was really pleased because I actually got to ride it at the front. It like makes your cheeks. I was like screaming and there was like loads of air going into my mouth and it was like blowing up my cheeks. I was laughing so much about it. Dave didn't go on it when I went to the front. I was on my own, but it was so funny. But here's a picture, right? Dave looks so fine because he did go on it the first time. He looked so fine, but look at the state of me, man. Think I was like dying on it or something, wouldn't you? But it was awesome. The park was pretty much empty. But I just didn't even, so I wanted to go to that, and it was in a place called Ferrari World. So I'm totally not a car fanatic at all. It's not really a place that I would have ever gone to, a place that's dedicated to Ferrari. But yeah, I really wanted to try it, and yeah, I've got that off my bucket list. So that was pretty cool, but it was lovely. My back really did need a break from all of the work with the horses, and I really felt like I had a break. I spent hours and hours in the sea. I was constantly putting on Factor 50. I think my cheeks are a little bit rosy, but I was constantly sticking on the Factor 50 as much as I could because I really didn't want to get burnt, but I have still got a bit of a tan. I really didn't expect to come back to the UK and for it to rain as much as what it is and to be as cold as what it is. I think it was 40 degrees in Dubai, but it felt like 45, and oh my god, so bad. And oh, I love being active, and there is a beautiful boardwalk. Here's a picture of me standing beside the sign. And it was a lovely boardwalk, and I said to Dave, I said, do you fancy walking to this big posh hotel and just seeing what it's all about kind of thing? And he said, well, it'll get too hot. And I said, well, if we get up early enough, it should be fine. So we didn't get up early enough, but we decided to do it. Anyway. Oh no, and it was way too hot, but we'd already committed to it, and oh my god, honestly, we were really starting to struggle. We'd already drank a bottle of water between the two of us, and here's a picture of us. Oh my god, we basically walked to this hotel, but there was like a shopping mall and then an aquarium. So the plan was to go to the aquarium. There was a water park as well, but we didn't do that, and we were the only two that was soaking wet, honestly. My jeans were soaking wet. I literally looked like I'd wet myself. I was so pleased. One of my friends who I told about, she said, I can't believe you took jeans to Dubai. I was like, I know, I'm so stupid. But I had one of these throw like shawl things that I took with me to cover my shoulders, but nobody, because Dubai is a little bit strict in what you wear, so I was able to like kind of wrap that around the bottom half of my body. But Dave wasn't happy, but he was luckily wearing a good shirt, so he was able to dry up. But it was funny afterwards, but it wasn't funny during the time. But we did, well, Dave dried off. I didn't really, because I was in jeans. Stupid sod. But we still went to the aquarium, and it was lovely. Some of the tanks are like questionably small, but it was lovely. And we just had a walk around that. So here's a couple of photographs from that. But the place is immaculate. It was really an eye-opener, it really was. And everybody was just so lovely. They really were. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And the last couple of days, we just basically didn't do anything. We just enjoyed the beach and enjoyed just being in the water, and that was it really. And then came back, slept on the plane, but it wasn't very comfortable because it was quite a late flight. Got home and then had to start dealing with the horses. My mum, bless her, she's been awesome. She was looking after them, and we managed to keep the horses in the track system for a long time. But but then Jackson decided to jump, and then Arthur got sick, and 2 days before I was due to come home, he actually pushed himself through the electric fence. I didn't turn the electric fence on because my mum was obviously going through the electric fence to give them their feeds. So I obviously, being in Dubai, I wasn't reliable enough to turn it on and off and things like that, so we left it. But yeah, Arthur knew that and went straight through it. So yesterday was spent fixing the fence. But what can you do? Horses, isn't it? So now I'm just topping up my feed room. I'm obsessed. I've got plenty of food, but I just panic about running out. It's ridiculous. I think I care way too much than what I should. And I think I need to chill out a little bit. But a couple of little updates, I guess. So I decided to actually have Arthur tested for EMS, and he did actually come back as suspicious for it. So his results, I think... I don't know the units for it, but I know less than 20 is fine. Between 20 and 50 is borderline not sure, need additional testing, and then above 50 is definitely EMS. He was tested for insulin resistance. I can't remember what it was, and he was negative for that. So his result came back as 31. So the vet said that he was suspicious for EMS, and but you can't confirm either way. So it would be best to do the glucose test to confirm, which I decided not to do. I have suspected that Arthur has had a sensitivity towards the grass for for a short while now, because he does have a bit of a cresty neck. He does have fat pads. He does have certain things, and the fact that his feet are in pretty crap condition. He's quite flat-footed, and I do think this is all related. So yeah, I think Arthur does have EMS. Oh, just to add to everything, isn't it? It's just the way, isn't it? So that's what's spurring me on with this track system and things like that. But other than that, he's great. I had his saddle adjusted. It was a 3-month. It was 3 months since I'd last got it, so that actually got tweaked. And yeah, just cracking on. Arthur is obviously still recovering from this splint injury. I will probably bring him back into work next week and just do some low level work for a couple of weeks, just because he has put on a lot of weight from being out of work. And I could really do with starting to get that off now. But we'll just see how it goes. He is actually, as I showed you, he is barefoot behind. Here is a picture of his hoof. So yeah, his hooves are looking awesome. I do think diet plays a big role in hoof quality. But that's about it really. There's nothing much more to tell. It's winter and it's miserable, isn't it? But yeah, just catch you on the next one. I've got a few quite cool things coming up. I'm going to a Spook Busters clinic, which I'm going to try and vlog, because I've really lost my confidence on Arthur, and I really need some support to try and get over these little things. And one of my biggest problems is the spooking situation. So I automatically think, because I've broken my back, that as soon as he spooks, I'm going to be out of control, and it spirals. It really does. So this Spook Busters clinic, it introduces the spooky things, and it gives you the tools to be able to work with your horse and support your horse through spooky situations to try and help. And I think that would be awesome. So it's in hand and then ridden, hopefully. I really hope so. I hope Arthur behaves in the way that I think he is going to behave. So I'll hopefully vlog that one. I think that's in the middle of October. And then I do have, well, I think it's to be continued kind of thing. I don't know if it's fully confirmed yet or not, but there is a Kiss and Spines clinic. So the Yoga for Horses book that I watch and that I've read and I follow, the guy who wrote that is coming up north. So I'm booked on for that as well. So there's a few things I'm going to do. Winter will always be a quiet one, but I'm going to use that to try and get Arthur barefoot again. So it's a watch this space. But anyway, if you like my videos, as always, please subscribe, because it really does help out my channel, and hit the like button, and catch you on the next one. Bye.